He stepped forward slowly and asked, West, there. See, lens. Then a very faint voice, as if coming from beneath the door. Open, Sammy. Sammy backed away quickly. His heart began pounding violently. How did he know his name? He looked up at the cameras and watched the door through the hallway camera. But there was no one. No shadow. Not even movement. Sammy tried to calm down and said, I'm imagining things impossible. Sat back down. A few minutes later, he heard a faint scratching sound like something scraping glass. He turned toward the security room window. There was fog, even though the air outside was dry. Then words began to appear on the glass, as if a finger were writing from the outside. Don't look behind you. Sammy swallowed hard. The air suddenly turned cold. The coffee that had been hot became ice cold. And despite everything, he couldn't resist his curiosity. Slowly, fearfully, Sammy turned around. Behind him was a small door he had never noticed before, an iron door in the corner of the room. It was slightly open, and a sound of breathing came from it. Not human breathing, but a long, broken sound, as if something was trying to remember how to breathe. Then he heard something else. Footsteps. But not the footsteps of 2 feet, more like someone walking while dragging something heavy behind them. Sammy rushed toward the monitor. Camera number 4 showed the long hallway. But now, at the end of the corridor stood a very tall man, completely still. His face wasn't clear, but his eyes were white, empty, glowing, and he was staring directly at the camera. At Sammy. Then he slowly raised his hand and pointed with his finger. As if saying, Come. Come. Sammy grabbed the keys and ran to the main entrance, but the door wouldn't open. He tried. Once, twice, it was locked from the outside. Shattered. Impossible. I have the key. He looked at the key, but it wasn't the door key. It was an old rusty key with a number engraved on it. 17. And suddenly, the radio turned on by itself. A distorted voice came through. You have to hand over the shift, Sammy said with a trembling voice. To who? The answer came. To the guard before you. Sammy felt cold breath behind his neck, and without turning around, he knew that thing was now extremely close. Then he heard the same voice he had heard at the door. Open, Sammy. The shift is over. But this time, the voice was inside his ear. At exactly 3 o'clock, all the lights went out. All the screens turned black. The radio fell from Sammy's hand. The last thing he saw was his reflection in the glass of the door. But the reflection wasn't alone. There was someone behind him, a tall figure. Its face was smiling with a very wide smile. A very happy smile. A smile that didn't belong to a human. In the morning, the manager arrived and opened the warehouse. He found the security room. Open chairs knocked over. But Sammy was gone. No trace of him. Only a single sentence written on the glass. The new guard has arrived. And on the floor was Sammy's ID card. But the name on it was no longer Sammy. It now read, Night Guard shit. Number 17.